listening to KLAZ 107. No. Hmm? Hey,
Nice and warm.
nice and warm.
That's
Tastes.
what we want.
It's fine. It's not green or nothing.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thanks, Kurt, for the hot beer.
I forgot y'all do that.
Hot beer, cold water.
Kurt asked me, he's like, "What do you want to drink?" And I said, "Water," and that was it.
I literally, when he told me that, I was like, I'm so sick and tired of people asking for what, because we want the pop, so you have to buy it in these fucking cans.
Oh,
This is $1.99 for a can of water, but the can is pretty.
Vans Warped. Man, I miss Warped Tour.
Who doesn't? Warped Tour's rad.
These are fucking cool. Where'd you get that?
Casey's.
Really?
Yep. So this is a thing now. You can just all the Casey's have Vans Warped Tour water. Well, they're everywhere.
Just like canned water in general.
Yeah.
Like what's
Liquid
I don't get it.
Death.
Yeah.
Liquid Death is huge.
Like how long is that going to last that we're putting in?
It's forever, I think.
When are we going to go to? I think Europe does like cartons.
Oh, like a milk carton?
Yeah.
You can get that at like Whole Foods.
Pay like $5 for. Yeah.
Box water. That's it. I think Come and Go sells it too. Yeah.
Really?
It's fucking housed in wax paper. It
Yeah.
better be cheap. But this should be cheap too, these fucking con artists. They're like, yeah, but look at the art. And you're like, yeah, the art's dope.
That's the American way.
So you want to see
Or
good,
tin
huh?
can. Yeah. Dude, I've been wearing glasses since second grade, and I'm finally just like, fuck it. Like the last show at Vino's, the lights hitting my glasses just like the perfect way. I'm like, I can't see shit.
Oh, that's a bitch.
Like I can't see anything. And so I'm fucking tired of it, which normally I'll wear contacts, but it's just time. Like
Time.
got the money saved up. It's just whether I can take the time. I didn't realize it. Week recovery.
That's what I've always heard. My brother got his teeth out too, and that was like part of the equation. Like, you gotta have, yeah. That's how they do it now. They don't just do it and then you wait till they heal. You know how you used to, you had to wait till it healed and blah 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 blah. Dude, he went down to Austin, which is where like a good spot to go is. Apparently, he did his research. Pulled him out one day. They sent him to a hotel room. Somebody bring him back the next day. Put all the fucking teeth in at once, and he's good. He's got a brand new smile. It's fucking crazy. It was expensive as a motherfucker, but guess how much new teeth cost?
I don't even want to know. That's crazy.
Starts with a 5.
And
it ends with the $50,000.
With LASIK or with the teeth pull thing?
Oh, teeth pull. No, teeth pull was
Yeah.
like 6 months. He was out of work for a week.
When could he eat again?
Oh, well, you can eat, but so they do it in stages. He can't. He still can't have like steaks, things you have to pull.
Yeah.
When you chew and you have to rip the food away from your mouth.
Pull his teeth out?
Uh-huh.
What about like a Jolly Rancher? Can he ever
No
have those
hard
again?
candy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like in time?
You'll be fully back within 6 months to all the things because these teeth are newer, stronger, better. You just have to let all the shit heal up around the stuff. Yeah. Gotta let the thing heal with the stuff, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't fucking know, man. There's some shit in there.
That's not my area. God. But yeah, I think it would just help with everything, honestly. It'd be nice to just wake up and like be able to fucking
Just
like
go.
see, you know? Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah. Grabbing shit, like grab my glass. Like if someone breaks into my apartment at night,
right.
I'm screwed.
But
Like, what do you do? I'm like fumbling around for glasses.
Isn't it funny that that's what we're worried about the most thing? The least thing that happens to most people, we're like the most worried about it.
Dude, that's like my first thought on it. Like I wear shorts when I go to bed at night.
Oh, you
it's
do?
Like, what if I gotta like fight? What if I gotta wake up and fight? I can't like fight naked.
Like a Roman soldier, baby. I'm naked as a
Just
jaybird.
dick hanging out.
That's it.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. I'd be too like embarrassed.
I'm gonna come at you like a fucking Wolverine.
But yeah, that's like the first thought for sure. It's just like, what are you gonna do? in this
So how bad
situation?
is it? Can I see your glasses?
Yeah.
Can I do that
Yeah.
whole thing?
I mean, it's not like like I can see you,
Oh wow.
but
It's like drugs. Yeah. Whoa. That's pretty good, man.
yeah. And then on the off chance, like I do put contacts in, I always forget, and I'll put my glasses on top of them. And
You can't see extra better.
blind, yeah. So that happens pretty often.
How the fuck do you know anything about contacts? That fucking shit. Because like, if you have thick glasses, wouldn't you think the contact also has to be
Thicker?
more?
I think so.
Really?
I think that's how it works. I've never had an issue with them. Again, like, I know a lot of people that their prescription's way worse than mine.
I wonder if there's like a level where they're like, sorry, you can't have contacts.
Can't have them. You're just fucked.
You're kind of just
done.
fucked.
That's
yeah.
just
What we can do is weld the glasses to your face with a surgery.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
They just put some lenses in your sockets. They just cut around the meat, kind of shove them in there like new eyelids.
I know that Jagger's girlfriend Amy, I think her prescription's worse than mine. I don't know if she can wear contacts or not. She might actually know. I know that hers is worse. She might be a good.
Mine's getting pretty bad as I've gotten older. It's gotten far worse, especially like
the
nighttime. Oh yeah, nighttime driving is tough as a motherfucker. Street signs,
yeah.
Fuck that. I don't even. If I don't know if I'm following the map, there's no way I can read what street I'm on at night. Doesn't happen.
That's just it. You just gotta, pray that you're going where you need to.
So, second grade, you were blind in second grade?
That's when I found out. Like, I walked into the living room and I asked my dad what was on the TV, and he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And so I was probably
he's stupid, honey.
He's like, "Oh my god, how'd he get to second grade?" But yeah, so that's when I found out. My parents first found out. They're like, "Yeah, you probably can't see good." But it was probably the whole life,
right
time there.
He's bumping his head a lot when you're crawling around, just running into shit.
It's like, man, this baby, he's got some issues. Yeah.
This one's defective.
But yeah.
That's cool. I don't know. I don't like going to the doctor, man. I'm just like, I thought I'd be dead already, to be quite honest. And now that I'm like doctor age, you're like, supposed to go get, your colon checked and get your eyeballs looked at, go to the dentist. And I'm like, that's too many things to do.
Yeah. I don't even want to schedule the appointments. Like, that's the big thing. Like, making the commitment, like, that's too much.
Just being in the room. Everybody's around you. You go to the waiting room, pre-waiting room, the second waiting room. Yeah. The doctor comes in. It's like, Doc, I'm all fucked up. He's like, do this, this, and this. It's like, yeah, I get that. I can't afford that shit.
I don't want to. Yeah. Can't afford it. God. I don't go to the doctor unless I'm like.
Which is hilarious because you look like a doctor. I literally thought for like the first 2 years we were friends that you were a brain surgeon.
Yeah, that went on for a while.
It did. I'm stupid.
No, I mean, I was getting a doctorate, so I mean, I guess like at first, thought if there's no conversation that would make sense, but.
Why brain surgeon? Why the fuck is that where I took it?
I don't know.
You probably said in passing, yeah, I'm working on my PhD, and I went, he looks like a brain surgeon. I bet that's what he's doing.
No, just physical therapy. Nothing too cool.
PhD in physical therapy?
So it's actually just a doctorate. So like, there's technically a difference. So like a MD, they have a doctorate, but they don't have a PhD.
Okay.
It's like a clinical doctorate is what it's called. So it like allows you to practice, but you don't do research. So like,
nothing changes ever.
Yeah. So that's like the big difference. Like PhD, they contribute to
that sounds kind of like a money grab. If you need to learn new shit, do you have to go back to school
to get like a PhD?
Well, things change. What if they're like, this Linienfelter hold, we've been doing it wrong the whole time, because they always name it after the guy that invented it.
Yeah, so like every 2 years we have to get a certain number of hours, like we go back and learn stuff. Okay. And we have to, so a lot of jobs will pay for that. Mine doesn't. So I have to like pay for it myself, which you can find ways around, expensive shit. But yeah, so like every 2 years I've got to take so many hours.
You know how I find ways around expensive things? Don't do it.
Yeah. There you go.
There's too many expensive things in this fucking world, like grocery shopping. I'm just gonna stop doing that too.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It scares me, legitimately scares me. I sent my wife to the store yesterday You know, just get a couple things. Well, what, you know, whatever. You know, it's a couple meals to last a few days.
Yeah.
We got a busy few days coming up. Gets home like cool, and she has like a bag.
A bag.
One bag.
I spent $200.
$55 for a bag.
One bag.
I was like, I just looked at her. I was like, we're fucking doomed, man. This is crazy as fuck. This is not good. Every meal.
Every meal?
I try not to eat out as much as humanly possible.
Yeah. Y'all like actually cook, or y'all like get shit that's like frozen? Like
both. We do meal. We do like meal, not prep, but I wish meal prep. Like say like Tuesday we'll do Taco Tuesday, and then like Spaghetti Wednesday, and yeah, we'll buy like the shit for the meals. Fuck. And we'll do that, but
yeah,
you know, you fucking, it's $55
Yeah.
3 fucking days.
Yeah.
Like, God, what the fuck?
I haven't cooked in a year and a half. I'll do like frozen shit only.
You're a single though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
single dude.
I mean,
I have a dog.
there's no such thing as one meal though at home.
Yeah.
If you cook spaghetti, that's like 4 people's food.
Exactly. So it's like, what do you do?
Are you gonna be one of those weirdos that like puts the shit back in the fridge, like take the sauce out and like, I only use I cook everything. I think not cooking everything is strange to me.
Yeah.
Like just cook it all and put it in a bowl and just have the leftovers. Yeah, because then they'll be like, well,
like a sauce packet or something. Like you don't use the whole thing. You like
right. Some people will. Oh, this is the amount of noodles for 2 people. Put that aside. Oh, this is the amount of sauce. You cook like that. Like just put what you don't eat in a fucking Tupperware and fucking.
Yeah. No, I'll do some leftovers. Like if I do cook, it's like for the week. Like I'll eat the same thing the whole fucking week, and by the end of it, like I'm
sick of it.
Done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens a lot, but. Yeah,
fast food becomes crutchy though.
Fast food? Oh yeah.
When we lived in Bryant,
now I don't eat out.
It was bad.
Yeah,
we fast food because everything's right next to you. Everything.
No, that'll kill you, man. It's like fast food every once in a while feels pretty good. You're like, ooh, kind of gross, but it's tastes
the
good.
Grease, yeah, especially on a fucking night where you're a little saucy.
Hey, that's the best thing. Waffle House.
Yeah, dude. That's food, though. I'm sorry.
Well, that is. Yeah, that's not really fast.
That's food. Just badass, good, delicious food. Southern hibachi, baby.
Southern hibachi, dude. It is. Yeah, it is the cure for anything. No matter what you took, what you did that night,
does not matter.
It's all
so long as the cops that are right behind you don't notice, you'll be fine.
All forgiven at the Waffle House.
Dude, Waffle House fucking rules, man. It really does. There needs to just be more of those. I wish if they had one out by me, I would love that so much.
I can't remember the last time I probably went to one was had to have been like
pre-Pandy for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It had to have been one of the runs that like weekend runs that
we moved when we moved out to the middle of nowhere. We just went on like this. We just don't eat out that much.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like I said I don't cook, but I don't eat out either. Like I just like do shit and stuff. There you go. For the most part, like
Red Baron pizza.
Yeah, check. Hey, Red Baron, classic. It's like $4.
The little half loaf ones, classic. Those little on the little like bread.
Actual bread.
Yeah, good shit. Huh?
Dude,
they're fucking good, man.
In LA, Spencer like ate those all the time. That's like the only thing he bought.
I think that's what he cooked in that skit y'all made where he blew up the fucking kitchen. I think that's what he was making actually.
Dude, those were so funny. I was like, we're not big on the whole TikTok thing and stuff, but like I felt like I was like, if anything's gonna pop off, like this is it. This is hilarious, and no one cared.
Well, it's never the shit you think's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's the thing you did that's in passing that you just thought, maybe we won't post this, but then you ran out of content, so you posted it anyway. Yeah. And then, Kazinga.
Yeah. Dude, some of the stuff that seems to do really well, it's always like kind of cheesy or whatever. Or like Spencer just getting into the camera.
The
like,
comedy
TikTok
stuff.
Loves that.
Or the actual like performance over their performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, we just like ads. That's it. That seems to be the only thing that works. Is just
really
like ad spend.
Yep.
But yeah.
Or just get lucky. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like literally you're just
the luck
doing all this work and going maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're like you're providing a service that's not like required or needed. You know, so it's like you have to force people to feel like
it has the return on it is negative. Like there's it's zero. It's less than, because you had to spend all that time, money, effort, all that shit to put out there, and most things don't work.
You just have to love it.
It's like the nth percentage is what actually goes.
Yeah.
And like and now you better keep it up, bitch.
Yeah, don't.
Because guess what? You start slacking, motherfucker. TikTok's gonna go.
Yeah.
You missed yesterday, so we're just gonna show all the people that followed you anything ever again. You're like, oh. Thank you, master.
Yeah, and trying to stand out on top of that is tough. It's like, you know, there's like thousands of people that are doing the same shit we're doing.
I mean,
like,
you just have to.
What are you gonna
standing out is.
Yeah.
I mean, doing backflips while playing your guitar, balancing on a ball, like
cooking an omelet. You
know. I mean, but you know what's weird now? Me and Justin were having this conversation. That video was like one of the last videos that you can say was viral.
Yeah.
At that amount. A million's nothing now.
Oh yeah.
That's not shit.
Doesn't matter.
Million is fuck all.
Yeah.
But right before the pandemic, right before we were all stuck inside, because that was literally right before that shit, like the month prior, and then right after that, now it's like I feel like 10 million is viral. If it's got like 5, you're like shit. 5 million, bro, that ain't shit. And there's people do 5 million when they open the app, you know?
Absolutely. And that's like what I think the pandemic is really the main reason why TikTok took off.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're seeing like all these labels like pick up artists who they'll have, you know, nobody listening to their music, no followers on any other site. They're not selling out shows, but they have TikTok. A big TikTok following. And so they're like picking them up. And nothing's really changing anywhere else. It's just like the TikTok following. So I think that will end up correcting itself. It's just going to take some time.
Well, course correction's tough, especially in the music industry. They don't tend to do anything backward. They tend to compound the issue. Like dumb fucking asses. You're seeing it happen in the fucking movie industry now too. What they sold their soul to the streaming shit years ago.
Yeah.
To get around theft, right? They did it because they were worried about everybody taking their songs. Brother, I'd rather be making the money I did 20 years ago selling CDs at a show than fucking the nothing I make now.
That's like
they've monetized the view. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
They marketed it so well that you think the view is what's worth something, not the money you're missing out on that they're making billions from. I'm about to fucking rant. God damn it. It makes me insane.
That's what this
Did you see what they're doing now? I've been anti fucking Spotify, all this shit forever.
Yeah.
I tell you, they're gonna fuck you more. Well, it doesn't go the opposite direction. Did you see what they announced? Did you see the metal injection article? They're gonna stop paying lower performing stuff.
I want to see more on that.
I do too.
Because
it was just a headline in a small article, but you know it's coming.
What are they considering low performing though?
Exactly.
Like my thing. And
what's a million streams? Is that not enough?
Yeah. Are they comparing it within each artist? Or are they comparing it
like
to
is
other
it
artists?
Go for Gold versus Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
What is it? What does that mean? Or is it inactive accounts?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll say this: that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Until they just and they raise their fucking prices. You dickless motherfuckers.
Now, what's the big thing is everyone's they're up in arms because Spotify announced this and they're like considering it. Other platforms have been doing this. Like Deezer is much smaller. They're like, for people who don't know Deezer's like super small. It's like the French Spotify. It is France, Germany. Yeah, like it's got this small pocket where it's pretty big.
Okay.
And they have kind of a model similar to that. And I can't remember how exactly it works, but basically like lower performing artists get paid less. It's not they get paid nothing.
Zero.
But it's much less. And then if you start doing well,
less?
They pay you much more. Like
how much less do you get? They're already only paying you a tenth of a penny, brother.
Yeah, like 0.003.
Literally.
That's
a
if
cent.
they pay for it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like Spotify, it's like if you don't pay for it, if you're a free user, it's
which is probably half their fucking user base or more. Because
It
everybody
is.
with a job gets a free account if you're with a corporation or something.
Yeah. I think Spotify, if I remember right, last time I looked, they have like 550 million users, and then like It's almost exactly half. It's like 220 million
that makes
actually
sense.
pay for the service, which is still a lot of fucking people. And like the service under that's Apple, and they got like 80 million. So they're still like the biggest. So any change they make changes.
But Apple pays more and charges less, and
so.
have that. Oh
Yeah.
no, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spotify's at the top of the list. They
pay
they pay
less?
the least of anyone.
Okay.
They're the biggest crooks. They
Yeah.
stink. And people just go, yeah, I'll fucking play the game. You know why? Because at the end of the year, you get to brag about how many fucking plays you got. Ooh. As if it means absolute fuck all.
God.
I'm so fucking mad right now.
No, dude. I mean, I get it.
It's just crazy to me because you could play a show and sell 5 fucking CDs. You walk away, that's $50.
Yeah.
Do you understand how many goddamn fucking streams you need for $50? It's ridiculous.
$50. So
At 0.003% of a cent per stream.
100,000 streams is $400. So
Gross.
but I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math, but
And you got to get to work, put it out there, do the thing, blah blah blah.
think
You know
I
what I
said
used
that
to have to do? Show the fuck up. Just make
Show
the
the
record
fuck
that I
up.
already made. You know how easy it was to burn a CD,
Yeah.
especially if you had a nerdy ass friend. Because guess
Yeah.
what? They would have remember the CD burn towers? Are you
Oh,
old enough
yeah.
to remember
Yeah.
those things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
We're not that different in age. are we?
Made 10. I made 10 at once.
Dude. Yeah. I mean,
What are you, probably 35?
no, I'm 28.
Fuck, man. Yeah, we're that different in age.
Are we?
Yeah.
Can
I'm
you-
11 years older than you.
11?
Almost 12, probably.
Damn. Okay.
I'll be 40 soon.
Dude, I remember LimeWire was like, I grew up out in the middle of nowhere though, so like we were.
You got
20
things
years
late.
behind
Yeah.
anyway.
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
That's virus
Dude,
guaranteed.
Get like 80 viruses on your computer. Dad comes home.
That's exactly
Yeah.
Kurt. Kurt's like, it's fine. I don't mind it. It took me 7 days to download this one movie, and I got 14 viruses.
I remember my dad got so pissed. He came home and the family. We had a family computer. He's like,
oh yeah,
it
that's
wouldn't
how
run.
it was.
It messed up. I was so embarrassed that I used LimeWire to download music. I told him I was watching porn instead. That's because that's better, right? I didn't say it that way, but that's basically how it went. He's like, "Why is the computer not working?"
I was watching porn, Dad.
It's like it messed up.
He's like looking at the history. He's like, "There's no
No,
porn
there's
here."
nothing on here.
LimeWire. That's a skid. That's funny. Were you using LimeWire again? I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, my whole perspective on the Spotify thing, for us at least, is like we're gonna play the game because we want to make this a job.
Yeah. I get it.
But
Well, that's the end of the day.
still,
You don't
it's
get
like-
it. You don't get an option.
Yeah,
If you want to be doing it as a career,
yeah.
then play, because that's what it is.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I
nothing.
mean, you're gonna beat them. Like, what money do you have? Like,
Right.
What do you?
Right.
What the fuck do you matter?
So the best thing you can do is hope that it course corrects, which it's never gonna, because it doesn't. It's never gonna work in your favor
Yeah,
until you get to the top, and then you can write a letter, and somebody will go, okay, well, the people who are making the most get the most. Yeah.
yeah. Basically. So I don't know. As far as their new like model and stuff, I'd like to see more. I know they just like started talking about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But they've also like announced like they did the discovery mode thing, and like for us that blew up one of our songs. Like gave it a shit ton more plays.
Is that like the playlisting thing?
so?
what is that?
It doesn't playlist. It throws your song onto like radio stations. You know, like Pandora does. You pick an artist or pick a
Sure,
song
and it plays shit from that art, like that artist, like
from
in the
that
same
artist
genre.
and similar artists.
Yeah.
So their discovery mode basically does the same thing. So
Okay.
you have those radio stations on Spotify. You click an artist, it'll play a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
songs
yeah.
from
Have
them,
that-
then pick someone else. And so like discovery mode, it like puts your songs, it's supposed to put your songs higher up on the list of suggested artists. And so like if you got a song that's popping off and you throw it
The
on
higher up it
discovery
goes.
mode, it'll bounce it from down here to way up here. So
Interesting.
yeah. So like it works. how like useful it is, I don't
Right?
know.
Does it work for like curating? Like you want somebody to find you through that,
Find it,
or is it background noise in a restaurant?
and that's the thing is like from looking at the numbers and stuff, a lot of it is kind of bullshit. So like,
There's not a lot of transfer over to your.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's all like you were saying, it's basically empty plays. Like it is a lot of background noise, but at the same time, it's like there are people who hear it and they're like, "Fuck,
Right,
this
but
is
if we're
cool."
only looking at the views anyway, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
Transference or not, it's like, well, that's 100,000 in my brain.
Yeah.
100,000 means 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean that's money you didn't have, you know.
True.
There's shit like that you can, you know, still like there is a positive to it, but is it substantial? Are you getting real fans from it?
Right.
Not really. I mean, there's some like
real fans. I mean, real fans have always been kind of hard to get, even no matter what the process was.
Oh, yeah.
Diehards, I mean, every show you play, if there's packed out, you might get a couple.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a long time to build. And what's the magic number used to be 10,000, they said. If you had 10,000 loyal fans, you could make a career. Yeah, that'll buy your stuff. If you keep like a schedule, you do the tours every year, you do the album every 2 years, you know, you keep up the content, merch, all that shit. It's got to be more than that now, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And and I think the whole model's changed. It's like you can't just drop an album every 2 years. It's like singles, you know? Like we just dropped 3 singles and we saw huge growth from it, and we're going to drop 3 more.
Oh, it's all about the. We're back in the 1950s. It's all about the single. Yeah, albums don't mean shit.
It's gone backwards.
It has gone backwards. Well, that thought of it has gone backwards for sure.
Like when radio first started, like that was the thing.
Well, we only started doing albums because of technology. We could. Yeah. Before it was a massive undertaking. To make a fucking record was insane. It
costs a lot of money.
Yes. So making a single you could do in an afternoon.
Yeah.
Like now, you could literally, me and you, even Kurt, we'll put him on bass, go in a room, fucking just play something and have it on Spotify the same hour.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like 60,000 songs a day or something go on to Spotify. It's like, how do you cut through that?
I mean,
you know?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And how much of it is just nonsense?
Well, see, that's the big thing why that was their rationale for like doing this, is there's so many like white noise and like bird songs.
But who decides that?
Yeah. Who sits there and like goes through it? Well,
and also if an artist composed the bird song, who's to fucking say that that's not worthwhile too?
There was a band that put out that album that was just
the silent album.
No noise, silent.
Yeah.
But they changed their whole paying process because of that.
They already had fans, and they got all their fans to play it overnight.
On repeat.
It was like an 8-hour silent album.
Yes.
They got paid pretty well off of it, but that's what made Spotify.
I remember that.
Figure this out. Yeah.
But again,
dude,
if art is subjective and a motherfucker can sell a blank canvas for $1 million, right? I mean, they still had to bounce the silence down. They had to make sure it was actually quiet. Like it was, you know, there's something that was done.
Yeah.
Is it hold no value? People listen to it, whether it was a troll or not.
Yeah.
Like, who decides?
Dude, I think, honestly, it's going to be mostly automated. Some of the AI shit.
Oh, it's all going to be AI, for sure.
How they can...
Until it wakes up and goes, y'all are all stupid.
Yeah. AI can basically pull all stems. So, like, if you got a song that's, like, guitar, drum, bass, you know, 2 different vocals, whatever's all in it, it can pull all those individual things out. It can... you know, time signature it can get BPM, it can get the words, it can do everything. So it's like, you know, they can tell what's bullshit and what's not. Or I think that's going to be the vetting process mostly. Is just like they run it through that first.
They're going to have an auto filter to say, okay, this is a real track. This is blah, blah, blah.
If there's no melody, if there's no nothing, you know. But then you get into like stuff that is like has no melody in the first, like metal, you know. Well, if it's just like instrumental. Like, I don't know how all that shit's gonna work.
Instrumental music's still music.
Atonal shit, or like
absolutely
droning.
Dude, fucking like orchestras rule. And that's way more work than any band will ever put in. like an orchestra?
Yeah.
There's like 60 fucking people making it sound badass, unless you're what's the one that comes through here that's pretty cool? It's like they play guitars and shit. God damn, it's like a Christmas thing.
Trans-Siberian?
Trans-Siberian, yeah.
Oh.
They fucking rock too.
Man. How long you been working at Vino's now?
I don't know.
Don't know?
A few paychecks.
A few paychecks. There you go.
Every 2 weeks, so you think probably maybe 2 or 3 months. God damn. Yeah. That's crazy.
I saw you there, and I didn't realize you were working at first. I was like saying what's up, and you were like grabbing shit. I'm like, oh shit, he's like,
Oh,
he's got a
yeah.
job.
See, I just assume everybody knows things.
Yeah.
So I don't explain. I'm very bad at that. Been that way my whole life.
I mean, I just don't. I'm not like super social, so
I just
would've
start
never
doing
asked.
stuff and just seeing people like, oh, it's like, just do stuff. It's like I'm
Yeah.
horrible at introducing people. If me and you were hanging out and somebody is there that you don't know, there's a solid probability I won't even introduce you. Because I just think, oh, well, they must know each other too.
Yeah. There's a solid probability I would not be there.
100%.
It's just like.
Well,
so
this is the most we
antisocial.
hang out is when you come on the podcast. This and shows.
Dude, last time I was on, I think I had hair. Like it's been a while. Been a couple years.
Well, it was right after the lift, right? The lift, the restrictions, and all like the don't go out. Yeah, it was at my house. Wasn't it
Yeah.
in my kitchen at my new house? Yeah. So that was
Was that 2 years ago? Year and a half?
year and a half ish. It's good. Been a hot minute.
Yeah. I
Like
hear.
I get Kurt's like, we can have this guest on. I'm like, they were on like 50 episodes ago, and he's like, that was 2 years because of the
Shit
pandemic.
happens.
Well, the pandemic fucks you up. 52
Yeah. Oh,
episodes
yeah.
should be a year.
Yeah.
But 50 episodes this year is like, nuh-uh.
Yeah,
you know?
and y'all throw in like all the extra shit like for Patreon, whatever else. y'all
Trying
do.
to, yeah, we fucking dropped
That's
the
a
ball.
lot of shit. But
We're
yeah.
getting better though.
I mean, a lot's happened since then. You know, like we've got new members. I almost died. There's all this.
You almost
shit
died? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I got.
How did we not talk about that off
the
the
gas
cuff?
station?
You got
The gas station thing?
You got stabbed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, I got attacked at a gas station.
You got hobo
by-
stabbed.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't hobo. She's just crazy. But
Just crazy.
yeah, she was like schizophrenic, and
Ah,
apparently she like was obviously off her meds.
obviously, sure.
From Missouri, not even from here.
She's
which
just traveling
Missouri
around,
like
just
makes
out of her mind.
sense. You know, that makes sense. That tracks. Like crazy lady, Missouri, that tracks.
Yo, I like Missouri. I
Yeah.
can't complain. They have St. Louis. That's
Yeah.
fun.
But yeah, she came down to that Big Red. I guess she went to a gun store. They wouldn't give her a gun, so she went and bought a knife. I don't know if it was at the same place or somewhere else, but she bought like a knife, like not like a pocket knife,
Right,
like
right. Like a
yeah,
stabbing knife.
like a
yeah,
stabbing knife.
yeah.
Yeah, and she comes down. I think I was the second person. I don't know the full timeline, but I was pumping up my tire. I was on the ground,
Oh.
and she was big lady in flip flops. So like, if she wasn't wearing flip flops, I wouldn't even heard
Never
her.
even heard her.
Yeah, but she came up, and I looked up, and she like jabs at me and hits me in the shoulder. I like hit her arm when I flew. You know,
Dude,
trying to get
that's
up.
so fucking crazy.
Cut my arm open, and I like ran probably like 15 yards back. I was like, "Fuck it!" Like I'm getting out of
Right,
here.
you gotta escape,
gotta
yeah.
get the fuck out of here. I turn around
Flight
and she's
mode,
like
you're
getting
not
back in
armed.
her car. You know, I was like, "What's going on?" Didn't take my car. She just took hers and left. And went and like stabbed another guy at a different gas station.
God damn.
Came back and stabbed another lady.
The cops hadn't made it to the first stabbing yet?
Dude, it was like 30 minutes at least. And I'm not kidding. Like even like in shock mode, like 30 minutes before they showed up, she went to a person's house, tried to attack
What
them.
the fuck, dude?
And yeah.
Just-
Yeah. So like if we hadn't have known like what to do or anything like that, someone would have probably died. But luckily there was like a nurse there from he was like head of nursing
Yeah.
from Baptist in Little Rock or something. So like he helped this other lady. I really wasn't hurt that bad, but he helped this other lady so that she didn't fucking
Bleed out?
Yeah.
God damn.
Because she got stabbed in the chest. So I don't know how bad all that was, but it was crazy.
You never got the follow up or nothing?
No, they called me like a year later. So I went and told the story to like a detective, but they called me like a year later and were like, "Hey, we can't like put her on trial yet because she's at the state hospital because
Yeah.
she's crazy."
Oh, she's still cuckoo.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
She'll probably stay there for a long time.
Yeah. I don't think she'll probably go to prison. I don't know.
No. She probably
'Cause
won't.
she-
She'll probably get
Deranged, but
She'll probably get stayed at a mental
Stayed.
facility. I don't know
Yeah.
how you. It's not jailed. I mean, it is,
yeah.
but it kind of isn't. You know,
Yeah.
detained. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, so that happened. That was
Damn, I
crazy.
forgot all about that. Got some wicked scars though.
Yeah,
and it was from a
looks
real
brutal.
stabbing. So that's
Yeah.
like your cool points like go
Dude,
up. You know,
yeah.
you elevated that day.
Go on a date and they're like, "Man, what's that scar from?" You know, it's like,
Wrestling great white tigers,
See,
sharks.
you got to like talk it up though on a date. You got to, you know.
Oh,
gotta,
in my brain, I'm doing a whole thing. So I kicked her back,
I
right?
kicked her back. We fought, and it was a guy. It was a
Oh,
guy.
6'2",
Big, huge dude.
250.
Not a
stacked.
56-year-old lady.
No.
that
In flip flops.
was- Yeah, in flip flops and brittle.
That
and,
then came back and then stabbed another person
Yeah.
too. No,
not- yeah.
the double back.
You know how they say you can't see John? I didn't see him.
That's it. We're dressed in all camo.
Yeah, there you go. Couldn't see her. You know, sun was in my eyes.
But damn glasses. See
Yeah.
there? Full circle.
Yep, full circle.
It was the glasses' fault,
So the
man.
glasses, yeah, couldn't see.
Had LASIK,
Couldn't
would
see.
never happen.
That's right. Should have got the LASIKs.
But yeah, so that happened. Went to LA, did all that. It was a whole thing. Gonna go back.
To LA or the stabbing?
LA, no
Okay.
stabs, no
Okay.
stabs. Yeah,
Hopefully. knock on wood. No more
Yeah.
stabbings.
for sure. Yeah, just trying to make it. That's the big deal.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen so much growth though from the last like few songs we dropped.
Yeah, that's what Spencer was telling me. It was exponential.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean,
So
guess,
it works. Like it does work. If you
Yeah.
want to play the game, it works.
Yeah, I mean, we've been running. Only thing we've been doing is really just running ads and like posting stuff.
Guess what it
and-
really is? It's like I just hate it that it's less than what it should be.
Yeah.
That's my biggest bugaboo.
Oh, absolutely.
I see all my friends. I'm not gonna do it. I'm too fucking old, dude. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend my time looking at a camera going, doo-doo-doo. I love this. This is my
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Me and Kirk
this
sit
is-
here and
yeah,
pal around with
That's
people.
what I
This is
like.
fucking great.
Yeah.
But the whole like putting on a thing, I don't have a thing to put on. It's
Yeah.
just get what you get. So
Absolutely.
I have the heart. We try to make those ads, and Kurt's like, "It's been 27 minutes. You just need to say the thing that's on the flyer." And I'm like, "I can't do it because I don't feel like it's legitimate." It's like the ad that's been running in front of this is an ad for our show, which
Yeah.
these will be over by the time this one comes out. It's just me fucking up 10 times in a row until all the information's out there. It's like 12 minutes long.
Hey, I filmed Jared doing an ad.
It's not.
What ad?
Remember when we did those ads for that first Reverend show? Old apartment?
Oh yeah, come on. That was like years ago. Give me a break. That was, like,
I've
a weird
learned
thing.
since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My it's not confidence, but like you can
But
you
it
get
is
better
though, right?
at turning off the anxiety, I guess, and being just like, I'm just gonna fucking do
Well, you
like,
can
doesn't
slip into
matter.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're supposed to go, "All right, hey, how's it going? I'm like loop-a-doopy doo," and I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Like that.
See,
yeah.
but you have to say words and you have to mean it, and
Yeah.
because there's a value to the YouTube voice, man. It's just like the radio announcers.
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah.
Welcome to KLAZ 27 on
Yeah.
your radio dial. You know,
I
it's the
think
same thing.
Yeah, at some point, I think you just get used to it, or at least like you decide, okay, like I want this enough, like I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Right.
you know.
Speaking of YouTube, like, share, subscribe, please. Patreon. I love that. my corporate algorithm overlords.
Yeah.
I need the boost.
But yeah, I mean, even like playing live, I know for myself, like I used to get like super nervous. I still get nervous, but
That's
like,
just adrenaline.
yeah.
That's like the
And at some point, you get
pre-dump.
used to it, and you're just
Yeah.
like, okay, like I want this to go
Yes.
better more than I'm like worried about what these people think of me.
We're here
you
for
know?
a reason. Use it
Yeah.
as. I learned you have to channel that into like excitement.
Yeah.
Get fucking
Oh,
pumped
you
up.
just
You're
go
on the
the
back door,
opposite.
like,
You're
fuck
just like,
yeah. Let's do this shit. Because
Yeah.
I've said it a few times. Like when I'm on stage, in my mind, I'm the best.
I'm the god. Yeah.
We're here now. We're all here together. Yes, but we're here to destroy everything, all at once,
Yeah.
and few left standing. You know what I'm saying? Turn this whole place into a fucking parking lot.
Yeah. I mean, y'all definitely do that. I mean,
It's been the thing forever and ever
100%
and
just
ever
go
since we
crazy.
were kids. And then and it's like a switch. The second the note hits, pow, like we just
Going.
did Zash Bash.
yeah.
And it was the first slide on the guitar because I play guitar in Shinfo.
Yeah.
And it's on. Doesn't matter. Melted away. I'm not thinking about nothing but these motherfucking riffs, daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm at that point yet, but I'm definitely more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It took me a while to get there.
yeah, it's weird. Like I was saying, like super antisocial. Like,
Right.
get anxious around a bunch of people, and so like playing on stage was a weird thing. But at some point, it's like either like you want to play or you
Right.
don't. Like you just gotta.
Do you let it consume you, or do you
Yeah.
figure it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how bad do you want to play? Like
That's it.
That's it. You know, if you want people to like it, you just gotta put the face on.
Yep.
And fucking do it.
Also, there's the do it more factor.
Oh, absolutely.
But
like
you don't want to
playing
like
more.
Yeah.
You feel way more comfortable.
Oh man, by the end of like a 5-day run, you're so in your fucking
You do
zone.
whatever
You're
you
like,
want.
bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start throwing this fucking guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. That was like the last show we played had been like months, you know?
Yeah.
And so we were all super nervous.
It happens.
And it just yeah.
But that's why you see like that's why I'm like I want to catch the end of the tour. I know the vocalist might be a little off those nights because he's been
Little worn
screaming
out,
for 7
beat up,
straight days or 9 straight days. But I do like that because you can tell they're tight. You get tight.
Seasoned,
Ooh.
yeah.
It's
Everything's
way better.
seasoned,
Yeah.
The smell of them, even.
Oh
After a
yeah.
full run.
Some fucking tour seasonings,
The
baby.
stank. Yeah. No, for sure. Like after like we just do weekenders, and when we were doing them
Yeah, runs.
like
yeah.
a month, you know, one a month or one every other month, felt great.
Yep.
Like we got to the point where I was like, these we're playing perfect. Like we sound great. Everything is how I've always wanted it to be.
Consistent and on.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course, even just taking a few months off, you know,
Every
you add
time.
in like a few songs that are new. It's like all this shit just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work the way you want it to. And yeah, for me it drives me crazy.
Yes.
Like every time we play, I want us to be like, this will sound bad, but I want to be better than like the other bands.
Exactly.
Like, I want,
Yes, exactly.
I want to come in like if we're playing first, I want them to be like they
I
were
want to
so
put the
fucking
bar
good.
on the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Like I don't care where we play. I just want to know that when we play, that's it. Like
That's right.
We're the ones, you know.
That's Lame Johnny's entire motto. Like that's our entire thing. We
Yeah.
only play first, and we want to put the bar on the ceiling and just
just
be like,
want to show everyone up.
just and it kind of leaves it all out there. It's like it's just rock and roll too.
Absolutely.
Like just
That's it.
fucking
Let's
go.
just go.
Fuck the missed note. Fuck the thing. I
Yeah.
used to get dude missing a note used to make me insane with rage. It like mad at myself. Just horrible all night experience. There's no more Waffle Houses, guys. I'm going fucking home.
I'm going home.
They're like, dude, you missed a
Like
note.
giving yourself
You
a
know,
talk in the
literally
mirror.
yeah. Oh, factually on the way home, fucking idiot, stupid.
Have
You
you
shouldn't
seen,
even do this. You're the worst drummer in Arkansas. You know,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Have you seen
I
that?
haven't.
Oh man, there's
Isn't that what's his face?
DiCaprio,
Yeah.
yeah, Tarantino, DiCaprio, and Pitt, and all those. Man, there's like a scene where after DiCaprio's he's working a scene, and he just is terrible, and he goes back into his trailer, and he is just like yelling at himself in the mirror because he got drunk the night before.
You know what's
didn't learn his
crazy about?
lines.
You know what's crazy about DiCaprio though?
What?
He's acting shitty while acting like a genius. Like he's full on
He knows. He knows he's
messing
good.
up and being mad about messing up, but he's also acting that out.
Yeah.
Also, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
dude was born gifted. He was in like he's like 12 and shit. And you're like, this 12-year-old is giving the adults in this movie a masterclass in acting.
Gilbert Grape over here is just killing it. Yeah.
Literally.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. Just a little bit of that.
I do
Take that
too.
and
I
just,
don't
like,
have it.
Bottle it. And
I could
pull it out when
probably
you need
do
it.
like funny dumb shit, but never ever ever act in anything.
yeah.
Even though I would love to. It seems fun as shit. We have Chris Fulmer on here, and
Yeah.
he acts, and it just sounds like the most fun. You're just sitting around bullshit and playing pretend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Skit comedy. I got to start like a
That's all
YouTube.
you do until they.
Right, yeah. And then the real acting begins.
Dude, I felt like with Outen, when we recorded these last few songs, that was a lot of it. Like, we spent so much time getting like the right take, not necessarily the best take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the biggest things Kyle kept telling us was like, quit trying to do it perfect. He's
Yes.
like, just fucking, give me some,
It's a performance.
some heart,
Yes.
Like, we turned this next one we're dropping, we turned the lights off when Spencer was
Mhm.
doing the vocals. It was like late at night. and he was just like fucking getting it. Like we had just had a good time going to eat and doing all this stuff, and he's like, we just gotta feel it, you know, like it's gotta hit the right way. It doesn't have to be
I see a
perfect.
sea of people when I do things
Yeah,
like recording.
yeah.
It's like I'm just
imagine
imagine.
the crowd.
It's because the performance, it captures it somehow, some way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's some universe shit. It's
Yeah.
on like some God level shit. But for some reason,
Yeah,
when you give a shit and like you're putting your all into the performance, miss note or not, that part doesn't actually matter that much. Whether it was perfect on the bend or just a hair off, like.
And now at this point, like editing wise, like if the performance is good, we can, you know, we can
put a little extra on the back end of this
tune
right
it
here.
up
We'll
a little
fucking turn
bit.
this knob here
Yeah.
and put the magic dust.
exactly.
And
like,
with AI soon, baby, you're just gonna go, oops, I messed the whole song up. Click. Thanks.
there you go. Yeah.
Thanks, Siri. Yeah, you're gonna be able to point your phone at band practice and shit out an album.
Yeah.
You know? That's soon. Their fucking algorithms on these things now are insane. You film a concert and it's like you hear all of it.
Yeah.
Remember, used to it was just
Blows the speaker out, or like for older iPhones, like it just muffled it completely to where you couldn't hear anything.
turns
Just-
volume down. Now it's like a real mix.
Yeah.
You hear the
It sounds
guitars, I
good.
can hear the drums, I can hear the vocals. And it's in 4K pristine quality. So not only can you put the album out soon, like within like 5 years probably, you can drop a fucking music video for every song too, because you filmed your terrible set.
And that's like, that's the big thing with like my fear as far as like us playing all the time now is like the set has to be perfect, because if someone fucking takes a video of it,
Which everyone's doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's got to sound good, because if it sounds like shit, like that doesn't help us at all. But if it sounds really fucking good,
Especially if you're, which most people with the digital following,
yeah,
they're all watching. You know, it's like
everyone sees it.
Yeah.
They're like, man, these guys sound awesome. They're going crazy. I'm gonna follow them. Maybe I end up liking their stuff. Maybe I just unfollow the account in 2 weeks because
right. Yeah.
it was just
Well, there's
that
like
one
the
video.
casual listener fan. Then there's like the fan, and then there's the super fan.
Super fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
the big
tiers to the
breakdown.
fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Spotify like shows you that now. Like going back to that, like they have like a whole breakdown
That's
on the
creepy.
metrics, and it's like super fans, you know, moderate, light, whatever.
Mhm.
And so like
They're
trying
gonna
to
start
get
doing
those
what Facebook
people.
does and give you a badge.
Yeah.
You ever get a badge for some shit? You're like, there's no way
I
I'm
never-
commenting
Yeah.
the most on here. If I am,
One
that's
comment.
sad as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, top fan for My Hands to War. It's like,
Right.
That when's the I haven't seen anything from them. How'd I even interact with them?
That's
in
right.
Like months, you know.
For
Not
fucking
that,
like a year.
you know what I'm saying. Like anyone though, it's like Under Oath. Top
No,
fan
you
for
nailed
Under
it.
Oath. It's like I haven't even seen their posts in a year, and it's not whether they posted something or not. It's
That's
just whether
right.
I saw
Just
it.
haven't
So,
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do.
like, how did I get top
Hey,
fan?
algorithm. You
Yeah.
literally don't show me the thing you're telling me I
Yeah.
interact with the most.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
all
the
you.
point. Yeah. It's like how does this even make sense?
Or the new favorite, Kurt posted about XYZ. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Why are you telling me Kurt posted?
No, I'm just
No,
using
just
it
like
as an
anybody.
example. Just
Yeah,
anybody.
right here.
It's or my least favorite fucking thing is Jared commented on Kurt's post.
Why? Why do I need to know that?
When the fuck did I ask?
Yeah, most you've never interacted with.
Yeah.
Right. Never even saw it. Dude, I do it now. So me and Kurt are constantly around each other.
Yeah.
Once a week, definitely, and multiple times a week, mostly. And now it won't show me anything he posts. So now when I see it, it'll say like 6 days later, and I'll go, just now saw it.
Yeah, why does it do that? That's
I
what
don't know.
the whole thing with like my hand. Like I use y'all as an example, but it's
Right.
like y'all could be posting every day, and like I see you guys around. I actually check your shit. I would never know. Like it wouldn't show me.
Exactly.
There's just no rhyme or reason to how.
I think it
like,
takes stuff out of the thing too. I think if you go to someone's page, I'm convinced. Conspiracy, a little
it's
bit.
like trying to change your.
But have you ever gotten to a fucking band's page and it just won't fucking load? You're trying to do the thing and it's just like,
Yeah.
"Doodle-doot,
Yeah.
doodle-doot." Oh, having problems here. You piece of fucking shit. But I can go right to fucking somebody else's and it works just fine all of a sudden. Oh, is it just theirs? Huh.
So Corey does not like social media.
Dude.
That's the.
And the
That's what
grumpier
we're
I
getting
get,
here. Yeah.
the fucking
the
worse
age-
it gets.
The older I get, the worse all this.
It's just
becomes.
not. The system is fucking flawed as shit.
It's-
Everyone knows it. I'm not saying anything people don't already know.
No,
So we
no,
all
yeah.
agree that
Everyone
it's bullshit,
agrees.
right?
Yeah.
Then why the fuck does it never ever change
I think
or
it
get
will.
better in any way.
Yeah. I think it'll self-correct. That's like a big thing in film right now. You brought up that, like, we can do anything we want. Like, you could, drain a whole lake and fill it with like baby dolls,
Right.
and
That's a great.
You know what I'm
fucking-
saying? Like,
yeah,
you could do
yeah.
anything you want in film, but it's like, who fucking cares? Like, at this point, it's like we've seen everything we want. Like Avatar, like whole worlds are being created, and they're like, they look real. So I think that over time, it's going to slowly get back to like what is actually fucking real. Like
For sure.
Emotionally, what do we connect with? What hits? Like,
I think there's some of that going on already.
Yeah.
Especially in music. I think that's why hardcore's having the massive fucking
oh yeah, the
like
raw,
injected it is. Yes.
no bullshit,
No
like,
bullshit.
this is
No
what we wanna
filter,
do.
no nothing.
Yeah, like if you just
It's
like
punk
rock and
rock's
roll.
second coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
The middle finger is large in here. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think so. And then like there's some good actual fucking like hardcore bands like showing out, which is cool.
Quite a bit.
Like I'm wearing their shirt right now, but I do love like Hell Tight's shit a lot.
Oh, Hell
like,
Tight fucking rules.
Fucking just smack.
God damn, they're so good.
Yeah. Solid, tight live. They
Tight
don't
as
do
a motherfucker.
They don't do a bunch of noisy bullshit. They like play. They play shit. They
And,
like, play stuff.
they play a lot.
And punches. They play a lot. They're just like, we're gonna fucking rock. Like that's the type of shit like y'all did with Lame Johnny for forever. It's just like we're just gonna do no bullshit. Like
no
fucking
frills, rock and roll.
Yeah,
Yep.
just
3-piece, just go.
Yeah, go crazy. I like that shit.
Yeah,
like
me too. It's my favorite shit.
It's like a Beartooth, which they're huge now, but like when they first started, they just did house shows.
How did they get so big?
Well, I think it was like a
Festival
touring
market
nonstop. So there's like a few.
Because I think they're bigger than I think.
Oh, they're huge.
Everyone knows who Beartooth is.
Huge, like one of the biggest like bands from our era, I think, right now.
Which is wild.
They just, I think, touring nonstop. They do have the no bullshit like rock and roll attitude, but their stuff is also like heavily produced at the same time.
Yes, it is.
So like, kind of fits in between those two things.
They also already had famous people.
They did. Like Caleb Shomos, he's already pretty big. But I think that that whole image is really what people were attracted to more so than just him being famous. And then they started the whole like, they were on the front end of like the whole singles thing. Their first album, they dropped 8 singles.
Okay.
It was like single after single until there were 2
Weren't they
songs
pretty
left.
content heavy too? Like I feel like early on, wasn't Caleb kind of like making these YouTube videos?
They're doing videos.
Yeah.
Just
it was like pre this.
Yeah.
It was more like long
YouTube
form, like regular
shit,
style, 3-minute. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that was like, if you go back and look at all their old shit for that first album, I mean, that album's pretty raw. There's layers and extra stuff, but it's like rock and roll riffs and all that stuff. I mean, it's no bullshit. So I think that's a big attraction to it.
They got big as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, this last album, they got Hardy, who like is like a big country artist. He's like featuring on it. They got like
for real,
random
That's
shit
awesome.
like that going on.
I need to
is
check
super
that
cool.
out.
Yeah, it's kind of a goofy song. Like it is kind of corny, but at the same time, like they're having so much fun with it. Like who fucking cares?
I mean, that's better.
Like
right?
the whole video is them playing golf and like writing the song in a home studio. Like that's the whole music video for it, or visualizer, I guess, because you can't use music video. But yeah. So I think it's just their whole. Like,
that's where
vibe.
we're at now. We call them visualizers.
If it's not like specifically them playing the song or whatever.
Oh, we had to stick a definition on it now?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I don't
Make it a thing.
It says visualizer.
I got you.
I don't know why. I just put video. But, anyway, I think their whole like presentation is the thing that like is attractive about them. Just that they've got the no bullshit vibe, even though they do all the things at the same time that like make an album perfect and make the songs perfect and all that. So I think that's attractive.
Damn. I wish I had it in me sometimes. But then other times I'm like, well, maybe the old school way will work. Just fucking play shows. Somebody will see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they did.
I mean, technically for us, it did for a second. And then the whole goddamn world disappeared.
Just disappeared, yeah. It changed the game.
Within 30 days.
Completely. I still think there's like... I think that's what it'll end up turning back to, though, is like, if you can't get people in a room, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I think that'll end up being still the standard part.
Well, more people come to shows now than they have in years, so that's something. They want something like
Everyone's
a physical.
tired of this shit. Like, who's not tired of like sitting at home and like
God,
scrolling? Like,
I'm never at home, and I'm fucking tired of being at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brain, like, I don't know. I don't really do TikTok or anything, but like I'll scroll for like 3 or 4 minutes on like Instagram or whatever, and my head hurts.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do this anymore. I'll just like go numb.
I don't know what I've seen and what I haven't seen. I try to like the stuff I like to be supportive or whatever, and more of it's out of support rather than just me being like, "This is cool."
This is cool.
Because that's what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm, that's just playing the thing. Yeah. Which I guess supporting something is liking something in a weird roundabout way.
Yeah.
But still.
I mean, you have to like them on some level, whether you like the person or like what they're actually doing.
Right.
To
even if like that one piece of content today, because you got to pump out so much of it, it's like that's a little less than.
Yeah.
Put some spice on it next time.
Spice on it.
Fucking God. Kurt, that last reel you posted just wasn't up to snuff with the shit you've been posting, man.
Didn't cut it.
That's what we were talking to fucking Pointer, Dustin, about.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I can tell within 30 seconds
whether it's going to hit or not.
Yeah.
Is he talking about before or after he posts something?
After. Right after. Because of the way the analytics, like, he can just pull the bar down, see the all the numbers pouring in.
Yeah.
And go, that one's a miss. Got to work on something different. Got to change, course correct immediately. So it really kind of looks like this. You know? The line is not a straight line. It's like a weird, dippy, divey, turny.
Yeah. I think with all that, like even with music stuff, like we're seeing a big growth right now. Before we drop the next song, it'll drop. It'll go back down.
Oh, for sure.
People
lose interest like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it works.
It's been 2 months, dude. What are you doing? Like, fuck, man. Yeah.
For him, it's even more volatile, I think, because TikTok is so algorithm driven and stuff like that. And like people, I don't get the follow unfollow thing on there. It seems like if you're just like, if you're sucking, like not doing the same thing 100 times, like they're gone.
That's another weird thing. They want the same content over and
it has to be good.
Over and over. Don't change it.
Yeah.
And over and over. And it's like.
Yeah. And it still has to be interesting.
It's like, look, man, I love spaghetti.
Yeah.
I could eat spaghetti, a lot of it, but not all the time.
For years.
I mean, every day for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, okay, we tried all the sauces. We have to figure something out.
There's nothing else.
Like, add some meat. Maybe it's sort of the same, but now there's some meat in there or whatever. It's a little different, but kind of the same.
Mm-hmm. I think Ben would talk about this openly. He's talked with me about it where like, he had that huge blow up because of the drums, adding drums to songs videos. As soon as he stopped doing that, it
absolutely
tanked.
But everybody else does it too, because I've seen videos since then of that that are very much like, oh, that's exactly what he did. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, like he hit it and everyone loved it and it popped off, and then he started posting about his own shit and stuff he likes, and they're just like, nope, not vibing. Yeah,
we care about
why would you not
drums?
Yeah.
And so I think he tried to do it a little bit more, like you're saying. He did like parts to part 1, part 5, and at some point
you're like adding drums to song part 747. I ran out of songs.
I think he's deleted the videos. I may be wrong on this, but I think he's deleted them.
Oh, okay.
The smartest thing he did is he said, "Hey, I'll drop a part 2 whenever you get my following to." So that he could convert those followers to another platform.
That actually matters, where like people will actually engage, an engagement platform rather than just a watch platform.
Yeah.
Interesting. That was smart.
Yeah.
That's a solid move.
The other interesting part is that second one didn't do anything.
Well, obviously, it took too long and the algorithm and all the bullshit, but still.
And are the songs interesting enough? Are they the ones that are doing well right now?
Right.
On,
ever since our fucking measly 1 million omelet video views, we added an egg to every goddamn video we've ever done.
Yeah.
Just cause. Keeping it in there. The last music video we dropped, not the last one, the one before that. It's a depression video. Dude's depressed. It's Dustin, actually. And in it, he's cooking an egg in the video as part of the shtick. But he's like hella sad. So it's like, But it's even darker when you think about what that song's about and who it's
Yeah.
about and like what ended up happening. And we're injecting like this comedic moment for arguably the saddest song on the entire record.
Yeah. So I got a lane shift for you. I was kind of curious about your opinion on this because you are kind of like a no bullshit rock guy.
Yeah.
So like for live sound, how do you feel about cabs, no cabs, using like real tube heads,
Right.
digital shit, whatever?
So
like what's
I'm a
your,
gear guy
what's
through
your
and through.
line? Okay.
But that's for me. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big boys started with the stuff like 9 Inch Nails. They really spearheaded this. Like everything can come from a laptop.
Yeah.
Because they did it long before it was a thing. They were like some of the first motherfuckers on that whole like, our light shows in here are fucking.
Yeah. Which I mean, they had to because
they have so much
techno,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like
They're
electronic.
industrial electronica.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course, it's going to go downward. Like, but here's
trickles down.
Nothing. All that matters is how good is it, right? How good does it sound? But there's effects on both ends of that thing.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not in your monitors, stage videos is weird, or you're going to overlay the song, right, to make it seem more. Or a big one that I've noticed is most bands, not all, some do it. I think y'all do it well. The mastering is off. One track comes in and it's like harder than motherfucker hitting, but they sound checked to a song that's 20 dBs less.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's just like this the whole night, and you're just like, God damn, I don't know when to close my fucking ears. Like it's annoying as shit. I think there's no turning this off. This whole like from a box thing. I actually liked the best version of it. I liked is where they were still using gear with the laptop running the heads and shit.
Okay,
you know,
so
where
still
they were
have
still
cabs.
you still mic'd everything. It was still like a live something because it was
the stage
not really.
noise.
There wasn't anything that could like fail unless the laptop turned off.
Yeah.
Which now it's like the whole thing goes down if the laptop turns off. But you also can't expect venues to have gear.
No.
That can handle that kind of thing. So it's on you. You need to bring 28 fucking channel mixer with one out. You know, you need to do your own. I think it's a due diligence thing at this point. Because now that it's down at the literal bottom level, like people want to go to a house show and bring a thing and play it through a speaker that's literally this big. Well, that's your decision. And so that's your problem. You can't be like,
you got to figure it out.
You can't be like, here's my snake. It's like, we have 2 fucking channels because we only usually have vocalists in the PA system. I think it's going to take a solid few years for that curve to stop where the mastering is off, which technology now, just get a LUF meter. Like, you can see the perceived value in loudness. Like, throw up a VU meter and a LUF meter and just make everything the same. It's simple. It's not like true mastering, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
To make everything at least a constant level.
Yeah, the perception is really all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's like a dB difference, if they sound...
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the oomph, you know, effect.
Yeah.
But also, you know, you better not be rocking out of a fucking 10-year-old computer also. Like, update your shit. Because I've seen it where the thing crashes, like, show's over. Mm-hmm. I've seen it happen to bigger bands in bigger spaces. Yeah. It's just like, man, if you want to rely on that ain't for me. I'm not shitting on people who do want to do it. That shit definitely ain't for me. And when it does fuck up, I go,
yeah. Well, I mean, if you're running a tube head and the tubes blow out in the middle of a show, you're fucked too.
But every other band has a fucking head.
That's true.
And not every band's going to have your backing tracks.
Yeah, they won't have your project. So if the laptop fucks up, that's it.
And if you're really smart, I think there's ways around that because it's all just wires. You can kind of be like, well, I can plug this into this and make it kind of, it's going to sound like shit. Or you just go with it. Mm-hmm. I remember my amp fucked up at a show, and I was just like, fuck. So, like, mid-song, I'm just like, y'all just do it. I'm, like, unplugging shit and, like, getting a new head. Yeah. You just mid-song it, but when the whole thing shuts down, it's like...
That's it. Game over.
It's kind of obvious. And it was hard to watch. The bigger band, like, smaller bands, I expect it, because it's, like, a learning process.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe we don't do this, maybe we bring that, maybe we actually, you know, back and forth until you get, like, a rig, you know? You see a lot of bands now, they just bring in the big box, hunk,
Yeah.
uncover it, and you're like, well, at least I know that that's gonna work.
Yeah, that stuff's not gonna mess up.
Right, because that's like in a thing. It's a brain. You can see the whole mess
Yeah.
of shit. There's wires everywhere, and then they go, "Here you go," and they just plug in, and you're like, "There, that shit's
Good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's time. It's a new thing on a low level,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have to figure all that shit out. I think eventually you'll be running out of your goddamn cell phone, really, because you can already technically you could do that from an iPad
Yeah.
if the drummer had it, because it's just files.
Yeah.
That need to be loaded on a DAW, which now you can run DAWs on tablets.
Yeah, our mixer we can run on a tablet.
Exactly.
We don't, but yeah, you
That's
can
what I'm
do
saying. And every mixer is digital.
Mhm.
Every DAW is digital and tabletable now. They're all powerful enough to run full editing, So you can have all your real stems, which is even better. They're not just an MP3 if you don't want them to be.
that. Yeah.
So it's like, well, let me get that track. And you can, each track you can sound check, which is way better than here's like everything our friend Chris made
Yeah.
for this set, like the bass.
Yeah.
One song's way up here, one song's way down here. But I think you should want to make it better because it only affects you, right? That's my honest opinion. Like, I would never do it. I'm never going to do it. I don't care. The most I'll have is a foot switch with samples in it, and that's just because I'm awkward at talking on stage. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. I think that there's like, to run everything through a laptop and not have cabs, I think you have to be playing on a pretty big stage. I think that's the end all be all, because like even in Vinos, like no stage noise fucks up the whole soundscape.
Right.
Because the system's just not made for that. It's not
No.
like what it does. And like you're saying, if stuff's off, like if my guitar is quieter, on this song than it is on the next one or whatever, like,
Yep.
that's it. It just
Because
is
it's all
gonna sound bad.
predetermined.
Yeah.
And it's going and it's to a click too, so it's, you don't get time to go,
Oh,
it's
let me
just
turn this up.
yeah,
Like, you can't.
it's just
Yeah.
there.
Especially if your drummer's doing it, it's like that's it. He's playing.
Right.
So like he can't.
And
Go
he's got
turn
it in
shit up.
his eardrums, so he's not even oblivious to
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
So we've gone back to like using cabs. Like we just got cabs again, because like stuff like that, I hate it. Like if we're doing a smaller show, which we want to do, we just want to fucking play.
Right.
Like we need that stage sound, or else we're going to sound goofy.
I mean, the biggest bands in the world, there's a few that do it, but most of them still use the old
cabs.
shit.
Yeah, they still have
You
cabs.
go to Korn. What's
Yeah.
Korn doing? They're rocking. Fuck, dude. They're using the same amps they had
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Now they might not be mic'd up, but that stage sound is still super important.
Oh,
Now,
absolutely.
A lot of them they are mic'd up, but
they're
not
mic'd
be,
up something underneath. Usually,
Yeah.
it's like a smaller cabinet because it's a tighter tone.
Yeah. But
That's hey, that's a trick I didn't learn until I worked with Killswitch Engage, and I
Yeah.
was like, what?
oh, did they have like a wall of guitar cabs?
And he was playing through a Mesa Boogie 212 combo, and I was like, lies.
Yeah.
And he
Hey.
was like, hold on a second.
That's all
Let
you
me
need.
tell you why. Like, he was Adam D, and I was like having a real conversation with him. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
The walls are fake, but,
Uh-huh.
but they still have cabs on stage that
Yes.
work. And there's
Yes.
a reason.
There
One,
is
the
a
tone's
reason.
Different, and
The tone's
two,
very
the
different, and
stage
it's
sound is really important.
and it's way tighter of a tone coming out of
Yeah.
your mains.
Mhm.
There is a fullness that the big cabinets add,
Yeah,
which that's why we have full stacks. That's why they were created, was for full tone.
yeah,
And then you have the tiny one giving you the because they do all this stuff. You
Yeah.
need that when you're moving around
yeah.
the neck,
Just
or it's
sounds
just going to
super
get
tight
muddled.
and
Yeah.
hot, and yeah. And so that's what
I
we've
agree.
got. We got 2x12s, and that's all we're going to run. Which smaller rooms, obviously we're not kill switch, so we don't need a
I think you need
cab
to make it
wall.
to like a village level.
Oh yeah,
Like a 700 cap venue is going to have the PA enough, but even still, I've seen it happen.
yeah,
One show, the fucking thing crashed, and it's like, dog, I would be not only embarrassed, but I'd be so I would throw that
Throw the
goddamn thing
computer.
through the fucking window, snap it in half, and be like, fuck this,
just the
never
whole room
again.
goes black. Yeah,
Dude, because everything's attached to it.
yeah,
Man, the reliance on that is crazy.
yeah. It's
Which-
got to be.
But it will get better. It's gotten infinitely better in just like 3 years. The first guys who started doing it around here compared to doing it now, it's better for sure. There's no
Absolutely.
argument there. But I'm just like, man, I just like it loud. I don't need
Yeah.
anything, no frills. If I want a sample, I'll do it myself. If you're playing to a metronome, I get that too. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I can. I don't want to. It's tough.
Yeah, it's different for sure.
And it doesn't let me have my
the feel.
moment with the tone. Because some days I don't want to play the song at 200 BPMs. Some days I want to play it at 400 BPMs or fucking 150.
Yeah.
You know?
See, my big thing is I want to sound just like the recording.
Yes.
Like
well, with y'all's style,
there's a
that's
whole,
a matter of
with
fact.
what we're doing,
Yeah.
it's like that's it. Like I want to sound just like how we sound on the song, you know.
That's
on
important for
Spotify.
y'all's style too.
Yeah. Like,
See, I'm a club band.
yeah.
Now, we're just sitting there going, fuck you,
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
But yeah. So, like, I'm glad we got back to cabs because I think, I don't know, the DI approach, direct input, like plugging straight in, no cabs and stuff. Like, that's cool if you're like playing really big arenas with like huge sound systems that like cover the whole space.
And you have a sound guy that helps you create that,
yeah. And
you know?
they're also reliant though, like this last Vino show, they're relying on the levels on our side. So like if our levels are off,
Right.
you know, like
Well,
that's
because
not on
they
them,
don't
it's on
know
us.
your shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing about having your own sound guy. They helped you create the soundscape.
Mm-hmm.
So when something goes wrong, they
Yeah.
know how to diagnose it. A sound guy's just going to go, man, that's really loud.
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's like we, sound checked to a certain song and it sounded good because he leveled it out correctly. And
Right.
then every other song was different because we didn't take the time to make them the same loudness.
Right.
Which is a big fucking
Big deal,
issue
yeah.
when you play live.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not on him, it's on us because we didn't take the time to sit and like do all that.
Right.
So I think that like cabs help a whole lot with that shit.
Because then it's just the background noise. It's the nuancy bits. It's maybe
like harmonies and stuff. that
a
like
harmony.
I don't want to sing live. Like I've done it. I can do it. It's fine.
Yeah,
but it's like who cares? I
yeah.
just want to play.
I just
Like,
want to play the guitar.
Never been a
That's
singer.
why I got away from it on drumming.
Yeah,
I just want to drum, man.
Yeah.
Like guitar and vocal, it's fine.
it's fine. It's whatever.
Like I love Lame Johnny. It's like my favorite shit.
Yeah.
But like the drumming and singing shit, I'm just like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm over it. I loved it. I did it for years and years. 15
Yeah.
fucking years I sang and drum. This record, I got one part and it's fucking one small chorus line.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Whatever makes you happy.
I just
you
want to
know?
drum.
Yeah.
I just want to be a
Just wanna
drummer.
play,
I've
man.
never just been a drummer, and I just want to do that.
Yeah.
It's way funner.
Yeah.
I will say
it's more fun.
there's so much more freedom in the not having to anticipate a thing and
Don't
listen
have
for
to
all these
think.
extra cues.
Yeah.
I'm just, as long as I have Justin's guitar in my ear. Well, now it's both. I have to have both guitars in my ear, which is took me a while to get used to that too, because they
Yeah.
trade leads. I'm like, why did you write it like this? What the fuck? It's like, why are y'all swapping leads? All the information's coming from all over the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't have good monitors, especially as a drummer, that's the worst one. Everything else I've ever done in a band,
Yeah.
I don't need good monitors.
Oh yeah. If you're playing guitar, you just got to hear the drummer.
That's it. Kick
Yeah.
and snare too. I don't even need the whole kit. I just need the kick drum and the snare
Yeah,
drum, and
something to
I'm
keep
good.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to know how fast he chose to go today.
So like one of the cooler things we've started to do, you're talking like with guitar live.
Mm-hmm.
So patch changes. So if I switch from like a clean to like a distorted thing, it's all automated. So like I don't touch anything.
Right.
It just changes automatically. So we go from like, really soft sound
Right.
to like super heavy.
And see, that's cool.
And
Not
that's
having to
awesome.
think about a pedal board
You
would
don't
be
think
dope.
about anything.
Right.
You just play.
But also
and go.
has to be to a click.
Has
It's
to be
because it would never know
Yeah.
if it wasn't.
Yeah. Which again for like our stuff, it's like
Right, of course.
if you play a song slow, it's going to be weird. So
Or you have to do what Metallica does, and they have a guy off stage with a remote controlling stuff. A lot of big bands have a
Really?
guy that'll like click on
clicks.
the
'cause they're playing-
distortion, or because they're
Okay.
300 yards away, so they have like two pedal boards essentially that are all linked
Yeah.
to the same thing. They can control the same feed.
So they just have a guy that.
Yeah, you can look up videos online. There's YouTube
pretty
videos
cool.
where people are like, "He's got a guy working the shit." It's like, yeah, that's actually really common because
Yeah, that's normal.
he's over here ripping a fucking solo. He can't.
Yeah, he's got to focus on that.
He's putting on a show,
That shit's hard.
but it's still somebody switching it.
Yeah.
Or like Green Day has the guitar player that sits behind the scenes a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's like they're a secret 4-piece.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they at this point it's like 7, but
Well,
yeah,
fair, yeah.
you know, they've got what's his name, Jason White, who's like their lead guitar guy, and then they've got Jeff, who I don't know if Jeff still plays with them, but he did for forever.
Yeah, forever.
He played guitar and piano or something. I think I've seen him in videos playing both. I don't know, but they have all these guys and they're actually out on stage. They got like Jason Freeze, the trumpet dude, and all that shit. He does like a bunch of random stuff.
It's like Korn has a keyboardist now, but they've had him for years.
Yeah,
but you just don't think about that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely becoming more common that they're like incorporating these people
that used to be behind the scenes and now they're up front.
I think like the bigger band image is more accepted because like punk bands, it was like 3 guys. That's it. Like that was the look. Like Blink still does it.
Yep.
And they just keep it raw, even though like on recordings they've got 3 or 4
it's the most
different
polished
guitars.
fucking thing. Yeah.
But live they got one guitar.
Right.
Like they don't even do the background bullshit. They've got one guitar. It's so
kudos to them. They really are still kind of just doing it in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, they can barely play their instruments. They are.
That's
I say
dope.
that Tom like is obviously like you listen to him live, and like the feel is there, but he does not sound anything like on the record.
The studio.
But everyone like that's the thing. Like you love that. They're just like no bullshit. Like we're just gonna.
Well, polished punk is a weird idea in its own right. That's where pop punk came from.
Yeah, that pop punk is kind of where that line is drawn.
It's like they started going up and up and up and up, and then the sound got cleaner and cleaner, and then you have like this branch. You're like, oh, I love this clean punk sound.
Mm-hmm.
Let me sing over it, and then you get your pop punk.
Yeah,
and it just keeps going. And those two for sure are like the mecca of the big punk
Blink,
bands that made it. Blink and Green Day, like they made it to the literal top of the mountain.
And they were like back when you still didn't have to be able to sing and do certain things.
Yeah,
It was still punk.
All the ass.
It was still punk.
It was cooler if you did, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and now it's like you have to actually for like pop punk at least, you have to actually be able to play some shit. Like I think
play some shit and sing your ass off.
Yeah. I think like a lot of people discount it because it's not like heavy. But like the shit, you can ask anyone that we've like worked with or like tried to get to play guitar for us. Like the stuff we're doing is not like
there's like
that
the
easy.
Rhythmic track.
There's
but then there's that
there's like a constant lead. There's like the rhythm. The chords are not straight bar chords.
Right.
Like there's like
these
always
fucking things.
stuff.
The added ninth, the 57th,
give it like a different vibe or whatever to make it sound like sadder than it really is.
That's the shit I go. That's too much.
Yeah, it's like excessive. It sounds good, but it's like it's tougher to play.
I have been trying to elevate my riff game here lately, though. Yeah,
dude,
I sit at home and I just I'll try to like create a run where the riff is like a loop, so I don't have to stop it and it ends and starts with the same vibe. I've been writing a shit ton of those just in my free time. Just trying to work on getting my dexterity and my fingers moving. I want to do cooler sounding shit.
80s is it.
Dude, they really...
It's like...
If you take the vocals off that shit, it is so badass. It's the most riffing ass music that we ever had.
Because back then there wasn't like,
and
all
then
the social
grunge
media
killed it.
stuff.
So what they really killed was terrible vocals.
Yeah. People in the 80s could sing.
With even worse vocals. Because the grunge was like...
They're like so anti-polish. I think that was the whole thing. Is like,
it just
the
made
80s were so
too
clean
high.
cut.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at that point, it's like, there was no way for... If you're really good at guitar, you couldn't go get, 1 million followers on YouTube and fucking just play your own shit. Like, you had to be a part of a band.
Right.
It's... what's his face? Steve Vai.
Yep.
Like he played for Whitesnake.
Right.
It's like he couldn't go out and do his own shit at that time because no one would fucking care.
Right.
So like he played for all these 80s bands. He toured with them.
Did movies.
Did all this shit. Yeah.
Ton of movies, actually.
Then he did his solo career. He's one of the greatest
Still
guitarists
doing
of
it.
all time. Yeah.
Yep.
But like that was the thing back then. Like it didn't matter if you were just good at your instrument. You had to like make good songs. You had to be a part of something.
Yeah.
That was the way that you got to where people were like, holy shit, this guy can play.
In my day.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's like Eddie Van Halen, he was part of Van Halen. It's not, he was,
right.
Eddie wasn't out by himself playing
right.
songs. They had vocals. They had really cool shit. He was playing bar chords half the time so they could sing,
right.
That's like, the 80s were it. Because it was like the best musicians were the only ones that got recognized.
Fucking top caliber shit too, man.
That was it.
it still rips. I don't like I really don't like the vocals. Now it's like fun because you can kind of sing along.
Yeah.
But man, when you really just don't listen to them and you listen to just how they're just moving around, you're
all
like,
over.
you bad motherfucker,
Just
you.
fucking around, like in the background, not
Yes.
even like the main. Yeah. Just like
They're going
nothing's
crazy.
linear.
Somebody's
Yeah.
like, ah, yeah, bad. It's like,
Or like you got, Axl Rose like moaning in your ears,
Right.
You know, on guns like "Welcome to the Jungle."
Yeah.
And then Slash is over there just like shredding.
Yes.
And like that's the song, and you love it. But you've got a grown man that's like 35, like moaning, and that's
literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it still rocked. Like that was I don't know. It was different for sure.
little
A little different. Yeah.
Nuprin.
Like I think like the closest comparison in metal would probably be like when Sworn In would do. It was completely different vibe because it was like super emo. But like first time I saw Sworn In, Tyler, their vocalist, is like in the fetal position, like crying, you know, or whatever. He's just like yelling into the mic on stage. I'm like, this is garbage. Like I'm
What
getting
the
out.
fuck?
So like the whole vibe, they're like doing that same thing where like they're all super talented. They're playing like weird rhythmic shit. You know, vocalist is going crazy. It's just like really heavy music, but it like throws you off because it's not that.
Right.
Instead of it being hot, it was like, I want to get out of here. I don't know if that's even really a good comparison, but it seemed kind of similar. Just like
The vibe
know.
of it's similar.
Yeah, you know, like
I get it.
vocalist is getting just crazy, like emotional.
Right.
You know, he's not moaning. He's
But the music is so intricate and wild.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is happening right now?
So it's like the metal version of like the 80s, yes, but
It's the if it kept going version.
if it kept going.
Yeah.
The super emo.
That's what I say about Guar. Guar is what
Guar.
happened if the 80s never stopped.
I think My Chemical Romance helped like carry that a little bit further. Like Black Parade, they still had like the 80s rockin' like polished feel.
Yeah.
And like they were doing cool guitar, you know, solos and shit. And that dude never gets recognized as like a good guitarist.
Oh, no. No one
their
ever.
shit's hard.
What even is his fucking name?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
God, what's
But
one of
do
them's, like
people-
Frank Euro or something?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
feel like you have to be a YouTuber to be in a guitar conversation now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the ones I know.
That's like bands like Polyphia, you know, like
Right.
that shit. That guy like changed the game for forever.
I don't know his fucking name.
I don't remember his name.
I know what he looks like.
If I hadn't brought him up, I could
Right, could
remember.
remember. I hate
But
when that shit happens.
he's like God.
It's
know,
like,
he
what'd you do
changed the game.
yesterday? And you're like, your brain just short circuits. You're like, I guess I died because I can't fucking think of what happened yesterday.
And yeah, so I think there's still bands that are trying to do that where they're like getting that same like polish feel, but they're rocking and they have like the musicians.
Oh,
to
yeah,
back
yeah,
it
yeah.
up.
That'll
But
never stop.
It's hard to. I think it's hard to balance that line.
Well, I just prefer all in. Just go all in.
Just
Scream, go crazy, do the thing, kick things over. I like that.
Do you listen to like chill stuff, like Post Malone or any like pop stuff?
I love Post Malone.
Yeah.
So it turns out, Will, I was hanging out with Will. We were working out of town. He kind of blew my fucking mind a little. I think I talked about this in the last podcast. I can't remember, but I'm not really a heavy music guy anymore.
Really?
He's like, name your top 5 heavy bands now. And I was just like, huh. You know? I don't. I couldn't do 5.
Yeah.
I was like, in my 20s, all I listened to. And it better be the next heaviest fucking thing I heard or I don't even want it. You know, it's when I was going through the motions, I'm like, I want to listen to fucking Zayo and As Are They Dying and fucking Showbread and all this shit and just like boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. And it's got to be heavier and heavier and heavier. And now it's like, I listen to more of the shit I listened to as a kid than I do.
Yeah. I think
like
everyone
as
goes
my
through
mid
that.
20s phase. And now it's like, dude, Post Malone, fucking love Post Malone.
He's great.
I love
Shit's
Posty.
great. Chemical's like favorite song ever. I love
Beautiful
it.
voice, beautiful human, great
just
songs.
good.
Like it's just all
It's
around
just
great.
good.
But then I listen to a lot of rock, listen to a lot of some indie rock. I really love the guitar work in indie rock. I'm just not a fan of like most of the vocalings. You know, I'm really like, I was like, oh no, this is not good. Because even the metal I listen to, any metalhead would be like, that ain't metal. And I'm like, I mean, it's heavy as fuck to me. I prefer the chaos side of things, like the Chariot.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Which that's kind of like there's not bands doing it. By died out is what I mean. There's not a lot of bands doing it.
It's not really.
Yeah.
Norma Jean, still putting it out there.
Yeah, they don't do that.
And I wouldn't
same
say it was
chaotic thing
chaotic
as much.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's big.
Oh,
They
yeah.
bigified it.
Yeah.
They have tone for days.
Yeah.
And it's all
Dude, it's
bah,
good.
bah, bah.
It's
You're like,
punchy.
God, still makes you real like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But like
got
even
like a
Chariot, he's
caveman
doing
face.
68, which is crazy, but it's
Yeah.
like blues chaos.
Mhm.
It's blues rock with spice on it. He's doing his own thing. It's 2 fucking people and it sounds like there's 10 of them. That band rules. But again, I don't think it's heavy.
No.
I don't even think that counts as a heavy band. It's loud. The riffs are heavy, but he's doing a like
Yeah.
a southern accent.
like
Yeah, that
yelling.
thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Settle down. It's all right.
It's definitely like metal and metalcore's kind of been. It's gotten too serious, I think, was like the big issue. Like people weren't having like back to the like just rock feel. Like it's gotten to where it's like super serious. Like the subject matter is always serious. There's no like fun.
Oh no,
Or
no,
just
no.
like let's go crazy.
Uh-huh.
Like every once in a while someone will do that and it like jumps out. But I think that's probably the biggest issue with like newer bands that come through is like they're not like hitting that like this is fun vibe more than any. And I think that's why pop punk still like stays around is because there's still some of that.
The hop
The
jump
fun,
vibey thing, yeah.
like we're rocking, like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
polished, but like we're still having a good time.
Well,
Same with Beartooth.
once a genre is introduced to humanity, once
Yeah.
once one weird guy's antenna pulls out this thing and he's like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
and reinvents the fucking wheel for the 100th time, it's like everybody, and then it never goes away. It'll have a
Yeah.
moment, and now it's just, and then it's just doing this.
Yeah.
Like who's in a grunge band? It's
And I
out
love
there.
grungy shit.
I love
grungy
grunge.
stuff.
Fucking
yeah.
lived all the way through the 90s.
Yeah.
I remember them vividly. But who's
Yeah.
doing it? There are people doing it.
Yeah. So I think like fun music always takes precedent over anything else. Not to say that there aren't any metal bands that are out there just not like just killing it. Like Gideon,
they're
I think is
crushing it.
like
Yeah, there's
stayed
bands
with
absolutely crushing it.
it. Gideon stayed with it. They just put out like a record that is not polar opposite from the one they did before, which was my favorite, but it's just like it's just like heavy. Like they're
Right.
just like, we're gonna lean into the fact that we're from Alabama or Georgia. Where are they from? Alabama, yeah. We're from Alabama. We're gonna wear cowboy hats.
That's
like,
right.
We're gonna wear fucking like
The Maylene effect.
Garth Brooks t-shirts on
I'm wearing
stage,
a torn
cowboy
white
boots.
tee with my fucking overalls on.
Like screaming stuff like I'm the son of the South or
Shred
whatever
banging.
they say.
That's right.
And they're just like gonna go at it. Just breakdown after breakdown, and that's like fun. That's like awesome. And
Riffs, bitch.
yeah, there's definitely
Yeah.
bands still doing that, but I think a lot of it's just gotten too serious, or like how can we make it, or like what's someone else doing. more than
Oh no,
anything.
no! What someone else is doing? No! Do your own thing. Doesn't matter however it comes out. Do your own thing.
That's what I think that I do a good job.
I think
that,
there's
even though,
seeing
like,
how
it's still
someone
similar.
accomplishes something is good.
Yeah.
Like, how do they pull that
Yeah,
off?
how'd they
And like
get to
looking
this?
into that
Yeah.
and going, oh, okay, like learning, and then but copycatting is just
Yeah, and
know.
like there's the whole thing like no
Just
art is
farting in
really
the
like
wind.
original. Like it's all
Right.
Art is only as original as like the obscurity of the sources. Like quote.
Right.
So like if your sources are really obscure, then they're gonna be like, man, this guy's really original. But the truth is, he's pulling from shit just like
when the
everyone
longer
else.
time goes on, the more obscure it becomes, right?
Yeah.
Because the more we just forget about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So like you pull from a band that no
you
one's
got to go
listened
to a
in 30
museum to
years.
learn about where rock and roll came from now.
Yeah.
You know?
So like that's like a big thing. It's like the obscurity of the sources makes you seem like you're more original. But really we're all just pulling from shit anyway.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah, they
you were
say
saying.
every note was played by like the 60s or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, only
Like every combination of notes, there's no new combinations. It's just the interpretation of that combination.
only so many things sound good
Right.
to like our ear. So it's like there's even like
why we have
if there-
scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there are all these different combinations, it's like how many of them actually work.
Well, too low and you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Too high, you can't hear it.
Yeah. Or you don't
There's
want
a
to.
sliding sweet spot where like everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Even the dissonant chords can be pleasurable. The stink face. That's when you get the fuck. Hell yeah.
Or like, but you
Sounds
have
like
to
a
still make
telephone
it
ring.
like digestible on top of that, or else it's nonsense. So like there's these things that make sense within this small box.
Right.
And then it's like, how much of it can
And we're
we
all
use in
trying
one
to be
song?
original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't worry about being original very much, unless it's like a blatant ripoff. We won't use it. 'Cause it's
Shinfo,
like,
we do blatant ripoffs because we're not recording it.
we're just like, fuck it. Like, yeah.
Literally, we're like,
Yeah.
this riff is fun as shit,
Yeah.
and I want to play something before and after it that's not
Yeah.
the song that it came from.
Dude.
But we're
there's-
never going to put it out. I don't know that
Yeah.
we will anyway. Maybe we will.
There's this interview with Zach Wilde where he talks about like different. So his band, after he toured with Ozzy Osbourne's Black Label Society,
Yep.
and he talks about how like he rips off people in blues and stuff all the time, and he'll like play the original riff, and he's like, all I'm doing is speeding it up and like adding some more notes. And like once you hear it together, you're like, oh shit, like this is
It's like that.
the same,
It's
but-
Dave Grohl and I think Pharrell, and he's like, dude, it's just this beat.
oh the disco drumming,
The disco
thing?
drumming thing, and he's like, it's just this beat. And
Yeah.
he starts playing it, and then they play the song over top,
Yeah.
and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That is what it is.
He's like so excited, but like when you hear it, you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like it's just disco drum beats. Like it's not rock.
Right.
Like all the Nirvana drum beats, it's like all ripping off disco shit from the 70s.
Which is,
it's brilliant. Like
if he
it's
never
catchy,
said it
simple.
though, no one ever would have fucking picked up
No
on
one
it.
would put it together.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's just like such a completely different vibe. It's like, how can you mix and match stuff to make it different enough to like
Exactly.
create your own thing? What?
Huh?
But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that's more important than anything, is just like keeping that whole like, we're doing this because we want to do it. Like, we love
Yeah.
it. You know,
Absolutely.
not worrying about being original as much because we're all
Just be
pulling from
yourself,
stuff.
whether it's
Yeah.
original or not.
Yeah.
There's pure not original. Like you can have original and then there's like, but it's just as long as you inject yourself into it, whether
Yeah.
that's the performance of it, you know, even a cover song can be your song. It's like a 9 Inch Nails Hurt.
Oh,
When
yeah.
Johnny Cash did it, they didn't play the song again until he died because they were like, that's a Johnny Cash song now.
It's way better.
It's
like, no
it's
offense to
in,
them.
no,
It's
offense. And they know that because they said it.
they
it
stopped.
It's so fucking better. It's
Yeah.
a superior version of a song that they wrote, and he took it and went, I'm going to make this badass, and just fucking wrote one of the saddest goddamn songs of
Yeah.
all time.
I mean, that just is what it is. It's like Elvis being so popular, and all he did was like 90% of his shit's just covers, you know, from
Oh,
like
yeah.
blues artists and rock artists.
That's
and
right.
Whatever. It's like,
Most of Nirvana's most popular shit were covers. People don't even know.
yeah, from that Unplugged
Yeah.
album in particular. Yeah, there's like several.
Several that they think are Nirvana songs, but they're not. It's like Mudhoney and
Yeah,
all this weird shit.
Yeah, like they'd say the names, and you're just like, what are these like plastic dummy
Uh-huh.
killer?
It's like
whatever, like
they were
weird
just
stuff.
some bar band that they knew or something out of Seattle
Yeah.
or some, you know,
Yeah,
venue
just-
band.
Yeah, people from Seattle, and then. Dude, that Seattle scene was crazy. With,
Crazy.
like, Nirvana. Okay, so Nirvana, of course, Foo Fighters on top of that.
Mhm.
Soundgarden's from there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rage is.
I don't know. Them I don't know.
I think the band. I don't know if De La Rocha. For some reason, I think
He
those
seems
guys.
like an LA kind of guy.
Yeah, maybe they're not
California guy.
From, yeah, maybe they're not from there. Anyway,
Either way, they
like
definitely
Soundgarden
birthed out
and-
some fucking giant, huge
yeah,
bands. Yeah.
Soundgarden and Nirvana, like from the same city, is kind of crazy to think about. And like the difference in size, even though Soundgarden was like pretty fucking big, like Nirvana was like it.
That was just the cultural thing of it. They
Yeah.
were the band everyone latched onto as the guiding light of ending.
Oh, absolutely. And I think like you were talking about the polish thing. Now Cobain always talked about how Nevermind. He's like it's too polished.
Yes.
But I think that was like the opening for like Green Day and all those other bands because it was like no bullshit rock, but they polished it enough to where it was like radio friendly.
Oh, and it was still good.
Yeah,
I love that.
it was still fucking good.
I
It
love that
sounded like
album.
rock. It was just like clean. You know, they took the time
Just
to get
cleaned
good
it up.
takes. They
Yep.
didn't like have a bunch of noisy bullshit going on. You know,
It wasn't just 3 dudes in a room.
Yeah.
You want to do it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
so they went like the polar opposite after that.
So that's what we want to do with the
album.
next Lame Johnny thing is live stream it, one take.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the album. 3
Dude,
songs.
You could do it.
It's like a little EP, like a little mini EP. But we have 3 songs that we have never released that I really want released.
Yeah,
They're badass. They need to be out there. But I was like, how can we do it
yeah,
and just not have to put a lot into it. And I was like, let's go somewhere where we can do it all at once and live stream it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Dude, with like our setup, you can record everything. I could hook you up. I could bring it over and just like fucking plug in.
It'd be
like
so
the
sick.
mixer.
Yeah.
You hit record and it just records whatever's plugged
Just
in.
spend time, get everything right.
Yeah.
Like pre the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe do like a sound check and then just go, okay, the sound check is perfect. Video, get the video up. Maybe like a couple of cameras so it's like got some movement to it. And then just boom, and then put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Have someone mix it like a little bit just to even stuff out from like plugins. That's it.
Don't even mix it. Just
Don't
put
even
it out.
mix it.
No. It's
Don't
a
even
live
even it out.
performance. This is
Yeah.
the only way you can see it. It's via the YouTube video when we
Okay.
did it for real once. Boom, gone, done.
There you go.
I was listening to some people talk about it, and they were like, they made this record. I can't remember who it was. Maybe I'll think of it. But they made this record, and then they had to go back. You know how you come back and you do all the touch-ups, and you're like, this, that, and the other, and there's like those little weird things, or they take stuff out, or they add stuff in, and then you get the final product, and he was like, I like the Dropbox files, like the original day we went and did the demoing better. I wish we would have just literally took the SoundCloud and just made it public.
That's funny. Yeah. I'm like the exact opposite. Like the more I listen to it, the more I hate it.
You're
I'm
that
like,
guy.
We gotta change this. Like,
You're the
it's
guy
gotta be
from the
better.
meme. He's like, I'm on my 47th take of the bass, and he's just smoking a cigarette with frizzy hair. And the
Yeah,
girlfriend's
like
like, it's not going to
aneurysm.
sound better.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely like, I kind of appreciate the guy that we've been working with because like he's the same. So like we've set like last time we set like timelines on stuff, and this is as long as we're going to work on a song. And once that's like done, that's it. We're not going to touch it again because like if we keep touching it, it's never going to be done.
Right.
Like that's
Oh, they'll never end if you let them.
yeah.
Yeah, there'll be works
So-
for infinity.
Yeah. So like this, but I think like once you get to a certain point,
But also name an
that
artist
evens
that
out.
can listen to their own shit and not be picky.
Yeah.
Like,
Wish I could have.
did you hear that? And your friend's like, the song? You're like, nah, that third kick beat on the fourth fucking bar there, it's a little less than the fourth kick beat. And you're like, shut the fuck up, Jerry.
I do feel like once you
Yeah, fuck you, Jerry.
fucking, there's always a Jerry, man. There's always a Jerry.
But that's how that's how insane we are.
Oh yeah,
as artistic.
being a perfectionist and like being an artist at the same time, it's just not a good.
It's not
combo.
it's not a good combo because I prefer the opposite. I prefer the mistakes and all the weird things.
Yeah, that's like what makes it unique and real as compared to
like studio accidents are like some of my favorite shit.
Yeah.
We had a song on our EP that we had on it's on Spotify and shit, our EP from My Store. There's a part in one of the songs where Dustin was playing it, and I don't know how he managed to do it, but he ended up playing the song, that part in reverse. Like instead of playing it the way he played it backwards. And it ended up like we caught it, but we hit replay and it was like, this is actually way cooler. And then he just did it that way. I don't know. You can ask Justin because he can explain to you how notes work better than I can. But he played it the opposite of how he was supposed to play it. And we were like, we're keeping it. And then he changed the way he played it live to the way he fucked it up. And kept it that way.
I don't think my brain could do that.
Well, his brain, was a little saucy.
A little too saucy.
A little too saucy. He has fucking things going on.
I think like once you get to a point though, writing wise, like if you do give yourself enough time to like work on something and like really clean it up to like, if there's a vision in mind, there is a point where you're like, I don't know what else I could add to this.
Right.
And that's when it's perfect, whether you like are happy with it or not. It's like, I feel like that's the critical point.
I've gotten good at knowing the quitting point. I've just been like writing for the last couple years. I prefer that over most things in music right now.
It's writing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. God damn, I love it. Like we wrote a new Shinfo song and we're just going and we're going through the motions. And like within 2 hours, we have this thing and somebody, I can't remember. I think it was Todd was like, oh, it needs another part here.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nope. I was like, Justin, I was like, that's the song, right? And he's like, that's the song. A minute and 46 seconds. Short as fuck. Definitely, like, you could have sat there and played with the arrangements and done all this stuff, and it was like, no, this is the song. And we played it at the fucking bash. Very first song.
Yeah.
Brand new. We've only played it maybe fucking 10 times ever, and it was bad fucking ass. And I was like, that's the song, bitch.
I feel like for us, there's still, because there's like set structures to the songs. Like, so when I sit down to write something, I have like these certain things I know I need to finish.
Right.
Like, chorus is number one. Get a cool chorus. Like, that's the big thing. And we like build out from that.
Oh, yeah. Some people can sing along too.
With like metal and shit, there's so much you can like switch and throw around and like change up.
Breakdowns. It's all about the breakdowns.
You know, something really fast and shreddy,
Yep.
like whatever. There's like all these different things you can like throw in, and it doesn't have to have this set structure. So like for us, it's a little bit different because we don't have as much to play with as far as structure goes.
A little bit boxed in by the
little bit boxed in, but you can like the big thing is layers. So like
Yes.
you know, layers. We've never had a
fucking
trumpet.
song
Let's fucking do a
lasagnas.
trumpet.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So like all that type of stuff.
Yeah, song lasagna. That's what Lame Johnny's original thing was. Keep a bunch of simple things layered on top of each other to make a rock and roll band. We wanted to do. It was originally supposed to be rock and roll, and it was in the beginning. Now it isn't.
No.
Now it's just a.
No, it isn't.
Now it's just a, like, sound interpretation of like a middle finger. It's like, what does a middle finger sound like? Lame Johnny. Fuck you. Huh?
Jack's here.
Oh, did he message
Is
you?
this it?
What time is it? Are you fucking kidding me? Did we burn through like 2 hours? Just like,
So good.
damn, dude.
Do I get a trophy?
You do.
Yeah, you get to tell the people what you're doing.
I'm Jared. I play guitar and go for gold and write stuff. And yeah, we got a new song coming out in January. It's not announced yet, but it'll be announced pretty soon. So yeah.
Is there a video accompanied with it?
There will be.
Sick.
It's not done yet, but
Never is.
In time. Yeah. In time.
Ours are literally like, okay, published. Now it's done. Yeah, okay, it's like the overworking.
Yeah.
Okay. Social media.
Yeah, follow us. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We got all of it. Whatever you want. Go, the number 4, and then gold AR.
The number 4. That's
number
right.
4.
No weird asterisks or nothing in there?
No.
Okay. And then we are Crashcast Pod, Twitter Crashcast Pod 1. Hit us up on Patreon. About to start a lot more time over there. I'm finishing up our Furnace Fest recap video, actually. I have it right here in my beautiful backpack. Wanted to run it by Kurt before I finish the thing. And thank you for listening. Peace. Damn, dude.
That's great.
That shit moved.